I'm in Glen Iris, up a scaffolding yet again. Very tall scaffolding. I'm 3 stories up. The house is 2 stories, but the chimney comes another story up. There is a hive in this chimney, but it's not in the main flue area. It is in the cavity next to the flue. So it's been here for many years. That's a lot of manys, I know, but it has been here for a very long time. And the hive goes at least 2 of the stories. The hive produced a swarm about 6 weeks ago. I looked at it 4 weeks or so ago, 3 weeks ago, and the swarm swarmed into the roof cavity. It was already 1.5 meters wide after 3 weeks, so it was a huge swarm. But given how big this hive is, that's definitely understandable. So today we'll be pulling the hive out of the roof and out of the chimney. Morwenna and Stef will be joining us a little later to be part of the fun. But for now I'm just getting things set up and getting sorted. Okay, I'm at the top of the first floor, between the first floor and the second floor, and I've taken a brick out because we're now just liking to see how far it comes down. So thankfully no bees right there, and let's see what we see. And just to confirm, there's nothing downwards. So we're halfway between the first floor and the roof, and we now see some comb and some bees. So the hive goes up from here. There we go. So I'll put a blocker in, and then I'll start taking more bricks out up the face. Okay, yet again we have Morwenna. Yeah, and then down over this side we have Stef and Stef's daughter Hanna. Hanna is the apprentice. Yes, the hope is she gets lots of stings and doesn't cry. I've pulled the mortar out between the bricks down the hive, and the girls will work on this one while I go and work on the harder one in the roofline. Even though the roofline one's been there not as long, there's actually a lot more places the bees can go, and it's a newer comb, so it's not as easy. But the girls will have fun on this one.
Taking out the mucky comb at the bottom of the hive. You can see that. Here we are, this is all mucky comb here. And there's Shane organising himself down there, and Shane is going to come and work here, and we're working over this side here. Morwenna and Stef with the apprentice Hanna today.
And now I'm at the other hive. You can see bees coming and going. It's a huge swarm. The girls are happily working there on those bees. You'll see them gathering up around on the outside on this side as well. So awesome.
Hanna, look at us. Hanna shaking some bees in, and Stef's down there digging it out, and Shane's over there doing this.
There's one stuck on.
That's right, I'll look after that in a minute. I will just stop taking this now. What a beautiful day.
And we've taken the tiles off around the hive. So for such a short period of time to have a hive so big, upside down, and then into this cavity, and into this cavity. So, very, very big hive. Fun times. And here is the hive exposed. It's not an easy relocation, yet we will get it sorted.
Okay, so here we have the hive as it is, the nest so far. And there's Shane over there working on his frame. And here's Stef, who says these bees are not as nice as the last lots.
After a few stings.
Yeah, I've been taking the timbers out, as you can see, because it was just too hard to get in underneath them to get the comb out in any usable form. So that's making it easier. I'm now getting some usable comb. The girls are still working hard and lots of bees building up on the chimney. So possibly the queen will run out and join that group, and then they're going to have real fun getting her. But we'll see how they go. Hannah is down there. Looks like she's fallen asleep. Hello down there, Hannah. Looks like you've fallen asleep. Are you bored? You sorry? You have a headache. That's because I'm a male and I'm talking. Every time a male talks around a woman, the woman gets a headache. Yeah, that's what I'm told anyway. Without the timber there, it's a lot easier to get to the bees and to the comb. I might have to take that piece out as well, that piece, but not sure yet. So I'm working on the brood at the moment. I've done a little bit of honey, but there's a heap of honey in this hive, so I'm trying to get the brood first so that I don't end up with bees drowning in honey. So, and of course hopefully we get the queen and she's not on honey. Time will tell. And that piece of comb's laying down like that because the queen was on it, and I didn't want to hurt the queen, so I laid the comb down that way, got the queen clip out and grabbed her. We've made quite a dent down the middle at the hive. So now we'll do the standard. Mark her up and put her in the hive. Okay. There's Queenie. I've already put a pink dot on her back clearly. Now put her in the clip, put her in the hive, and continue. Okay, we're quite a few hours into this. As I've said, it's a big hive. We've still got a lot of honey to pull out. There's still brood in the middle. I am onto the second box. It's a very sticky, messy hive, like honey's leaked, clearly. So I'll be leaving the hive up here until nightfall, like the one in the box, and that will give the bees some time to clean up some of the honey, and then I'll take it away after dark, and then we can fill the cavity with the rags and clothing and whatnot. Just if I start throwing clothing on there, it's going to be a nightmare, but we're getting there. Morwenna's up there, still having fun.
So much fun.
Yeah, there's a ton of bees on the back half of the hive, which Morwenna can't see, but
There's a ton of bees everywhere.
yeah, they're having a ball up there. So I think we've lost Stef. You know, she's collapsed. Hannah gave up and went home. So we're breaking them.
Got out most of the comb. We've had a ton of brood, no sign of the queen yet, but we haven't got all the way to the back. But it's a very big hive, all the way back there and up here. And we're a little bit worried. There's a whole cluster heading through in next door. So we may need to call in the expert for that one. And there's the expert down there digging out his own hive. He's on his second box. And here's Stef framing up some brood, and we've got 6 frames full of brood already. Very exciting.
Okay, here we have Morwenna
Hello.
and Stef. And Hannah escaped. She got scared. You can show her this video too.
I will.
Yeah. I think she just got a headache because she was talking to me. Even though I didn't really talk to her that much. But anyway, they have 8 frames of brood and they're currently looking for a queen. So they've still got honey to clean up and things like that. And there are clumps of bees all throughout. So they'll work their way through. There was a thought that maybe she was in a clump here. But doesn't look like it unless she's in behind the bricks, like between the bricks. There's room for her to get in there, which makes it harder. So yeah, they'll just clean up and then we'll go from there. Mine's down there and still a fair whack to go on mine as well. Just this honey to go. There's spilt honey and everything. Bees will have to clean that up. And then I can put the lid on and put it in the gap there, and then the bees should move in themselves, given we've got the queen and the brood and all the comb. Fun. This one's been a tough one, but we're getting there. Okie dokies, there are smiles on the girls' faces because the queen is marked pink in a clip in the box. In all our excitement, we actually forgot to video her.
But we promise she's there.
Yeah, but she's definitely there. She had left the hive and she was on the wall on the other side. So I had to walk out onto that bar and scoop bees from the other side until we got her. So now we're going to put the hive on top. This is a little bit risky because there's so many bees in the hive, they might not leave the hive to come up to them, but there's so many on the outside wall that it's worth the risk. So let's see what happens. And yes, Morwenna's smiling too.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Excellent.
So 2 queens, 2 cutouts. Now we've just got to let the bees sort themselves out.
Scooping up a few bees, and Morwenna, I'm here and I've just been scooping up some bees to encourage them to go in. So here's the hive, here's where it was, and you can see still a few bees there, which I will now scoop out. And here are Shane's bees hanging around underneath the eaves. So the box is up there, and here is a whole swag of bees. But I think that's going to be a problem for later.
Okey-dokies. So we're back here a day later because it got too cold too quickly last night, so they didn't all have an opportunity to get into the box. I've already filled the cavity with whole clothing. Goes a long way down. And most of the bees are in the box, which is good. Ends up being a double stack. There was too many bees to fit in a single box. So that's that one. That one down there is the next target. So there's some bees still out on the lip, but I'll give them a little bit of smoke, not water tonight, because it's too cold.
Get this down off the chimney. Good on you, Shane.
Yeah. So there's Morwenna.
Hello.
She knew we were collecting the hives, but deliberately didn't bring her bee suit because she wanted to get out of lifting hives. So great job. I love how you work. Absolutely awesome. So we've already got the top hive off. Maybe 5 or 6 bees missed the boat on that one. We are now coming down to the lower box. There are some dead bees, and there are still a tiny handful of bees over there on the wall. I'm going to give them a little smoke just to push them, but on the whole, almost all the bees are in the box. Like, given how big this hive was, to have a few, just a tiny handful, not move in, that's almost acceptable losses. That's 0.01% of the bees. It's not that many. But they're saying to the girls to move in. The bees there are fanning, so I'll give them a smoke just to push them towards the box, and then I can pack up. And there's that cavity. There's only a few bees, a couple of bees that missed the boat, but on the whole, all done, filled up with the bags and the rags, and they've just got to put the roof back on tomorrow.